After that, of course, the Terrell Tigers will get the football. And when they do, Argyle will start 11 on defense. Who are those guys for you? Jordan Rogers is going to throw again. He's going to go deep on the other side. And that ball is intercepted. Jet Copeland goes up and gets it. Ball just a little bit underthrown. And Jet Copeland timed his jump perfect.
Todd Rogers, head coach. This is my starting 11 on defense.
Ty Johnson, 55, senior defensive tackle.
Darren Chapa, 52, senior defensive tackle.
Chase Bennell, 50, defensive tackle.
Graham Airball, 32, sophomore, linebacker.
Davis LC, 35, senior linebacker.
Reed Atkins, 45, senior linebacker.
Caleb Murdoch, number 13, senior cornerback.
Will Ramsey, 10, junior defensive back.
Zach Stewart, 2, senior safety.
Hunter Roberts, 25, senior safety.
Jet Copeland, number 7, junior corner.
There you have it, the starters for the Argyle Eagles for tonight's game. Again, Argyle won the CNN Mortgage coin toss. Don't leave your financial future up to the flip of a coin. Let CNN Mortgage help you with the biggest purchase of your life. As Kason Martinez set to kick off here for Terrell. He's going to do a little three-step job here and try to pooch it short, it looks like, and actually kicks it pretty long here. All the way back to Hayden Stewart at the 15-yard line. He's going to go all the way to the right side of the field to the 20, 25. He's got some room over there. Gets outside to the 30, 35, 40, and is finally run out of bounds out across the 45-yard line. The 48-yard line is where the Eagles will have great field position for 1st and 10. And Clark, or Chark, whatever your name is. Clark, let's check in with you down there. A little chilly, but what's the Chick-fil-A mood on the sideline down there?
Trip on the bus. These guys are jacked up and ready to go. We've got some good football weather here. The wind may be a problem with the passing game. It's about 11, 12 miles an hour coming out of the north, but these guys are ready to play football.
C.J. Rogers at quarterback. Snap back to him from the shotgun. Play action on 1st down. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Hayden Stewart. He throws it a little too high and kind of got caught up in that wind, and it was incomplete. On the coverage that time was Galen Cobb. And let's talk about that defense for the Terrell Tigers up front. Zamandrick Hembrick, one of the defensive ends, along with Gerald Richmond. Malachi Williams and Cameron Anthony are the defensive tackles. Rasiah Johnson, Terry Davis, and Jarius Scruggs are the linebackers. 2nd down. And look like they're going to go deep again. This time wide open is an Argyle receiver. He's got to come back for it. It's Cash Walker. Sweet Feet makes the catch at the 10-yard line, and it's going to take 3 or 4 Terrell Tigers to bring him down. 43-yard gain all the way down to the 9-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal. Finish up that Terrell defense real quickly. Galen Cobb and Philip Nickerson are the corners. Vontre Henderson and Shane Harris are the safeties for the Terrell Tigers. 1st and goal, Argyle inside the 9-yard line of Terrell. Rogers faked to Tito Bice again. He's going to throw a fade into the corner of the end zone. And that ball is incomplete. It was intended for Cole Kirkpatrick, who many times will go up and just take that one away from the defender. But that time, Ethan Lunsford had great coverage over there.
Well, like I said, Kenny, the key on offense is to throw the ball for the first 3 plays.
That's right. And this time they will run the ball. Tito Bice straight up the middle, inside the 5. And a couple of tacklers bring him down there at about the 2-yard line. Terry Davis leading the way for Terrell, but it will be 3rd and goal from the 2.
A really nice block from Blake Spence, the senior center, that play.
3rd down and goal from the 2. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and it's Bice running left. This time cuts it inside and easily walks into the end zone for the Argyle touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run. Tito Bice, Eagles strike first, 6 on the board for Argyle.
Set up by that long pass to Cash Walker. That's his 16th catch of the season. Now he's only 50% catches to touchdowns. I don't know, like Blake asked him on the podcast this week, what's wrong? 50% of his catches for touchdowns. His average yards per catch is nearly 30 yards, which is extraordinary. And another touchdown from Tito Bice.
Caden Dodson's extra point is good. 10:44 to play, 1st quarter, and it's already Argyle 7 and Terrell nothing here on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting. And here quickly is, you know what, why don't you just go ahead and let us know who's bringing us our first quarter tonight?
Well, I think that we should do that, and we're really grateful for these sponsors. That includes Brian McClarty with 407 Barbecue, Bill Utter Ford, State Farm agent Matt Ports, Will Woods from Magnolia Realty, 5th Gear Automotive, Brian and Shelley Stone from Shout Out Promotions.
What?
Brian Conister from Cardinal Financial, Dr. David Dyer with Argyle Orthodontics, and the sponsor of our pregame show and title sponsor of our broadcast this fall, Wes and Lisa Spence with Waxahachie Autoplex.
Back to receive for Terrell.
Back for the Terrell Tigers is Tommy Stewart and Markel Hambrick. They'll stand back at about the 10-yard line awaiting the kickoff of Caden Dotson. When they get out there on offense, Kanye Nix is the quarterback for the Terrell Tigers. He's a sophomore, and they run a wing T look, so they'll have 2 guys in the backfield most of the time, sometimes 3. That's Chase Bingman at fullback and Galen Cobbs at running back. Shane Harris is the wing back. Vontre Henderson is the wide receiver. Tight end is Preston Kilgore. Give you the boys up front after Caden's kickoff here. It is high. It's end over end. It is short. It's going to be taken at the 2. Oh, it's bobbled. And it is picked up at the 15 and down immediately goes Tommy Stewart as Jacob Robinson was down there quickly as soon as Stewart picked up the football to bring him down, and Terrell will have a poor field position starting at their own 15. The big boys up front for Terrell. Young offensive line. Josh Jones is the center. He is a junior, and the rest of the offensive line sophomores. Christian Hedgeman and Cody Phillips the guards. Josh Wankpa and Hearsay McCready are the sophomores. And there is a toss on the wing tee, and it is going to be, again, that's number 2. I believe Tommy Stewart. Nope, that's number 6 running back, Tenarius Baker. And he is going to be brought down. Nice gain for Baker there out to the 24-yard line, a 9-yard pickup.
Second down and 1.
Hey, about a quick drive summary that time, brought to you by Joe and Tina Bartram, CNN Mortgage. It was a quick one. Just took 5 plays, 52 yards, a minute 12. Tito Bice right behind big Jack Tucker into the end zone. Extra point's good. 7-0, 10:05 to go here in the first. 2 backs behind Nix, and Nix is going to throw. They don't do this a whole lot, and that ball probably should have been caught. Would have easily been a first down. A little too tall, but through the hands of Shane Harris, the wingback, and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and a yard for Terrell. So Terrell coming out in a little bit of a no-huddle look out of that wing tee and mixing it up here, facing maybe their first big 3rd down of the game. Terrell loves to run their quarterback on 3rd down. Over half the time they've had 3rd short, they like to run a quarterback keep. And they got full house backfield this time, and it's not going to be the quarterback keep. Instead, that is going to be Baker once again. He's going to get a couple of yards to the 26-yard line is Tenarius Baker. And he'll be at the 26-yard line, a first down for Terrell Tigers. Tigers brought in a heavy set, a lot of big guys up front. They got some big boys up front, Terrell does. Something about Argyle in the first quarter I noticed is that Argyle has only allowed 3 first-quarter points this season, and that happened in week 1 against Decatur. Just once in the first quarter has Argyle been scored on this season. Jacoby Garrett actually starts at center here for Terrell tonight. Earlier I'd mentioned that Josh Jones and Jacoby Garrett actually is he's been injured for a couple of weeks, so this is his first week back in 2 or 3 weeks. And there is a false start there at that time, though, on the left guard, Christian Hedgeman. And so back up Terrell 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Cinch Cleaners uniform update again in case you're not able to watch and just listen to us. Want to try to paint the picture for you. Lots of red out on the field tonight. Terrell in all red jerseys with white numerals and red pants, red helmets. And Argyle in their white jerseys with red numerals outlined in black. Red pants with black piping, black helmets with the white eagle feathers on the side of the helmets for the Argyle Eagles. Terrell traveling from left to right here in this first quarter. Now we got another stoppage play. Yes, we do. All the officials want to chit-chat here about something. Is it too early to issue an early shout-out? But I need to, because otherwise I'm going to miss my window. I need to as well. And my problem is I'll just forget. I want to tell my the greatest granddaughters in the world, Paige and Ella Bailey, who are listening in Oklahoma City. Pop loves you. Go to bed. Good night. Good night. Well, I'll just say one. Hey, wait. Oh, and the other big news, by the way, is that Sunday is their birthday. They'll be 5 years old. That's huge. First down and 15. 2 receivers this time. Here's a toss sweep. And Baker's going to get outside, now cut it back inside at the 25 and get past the original line of scrimmage and back up to about the 28-yard line. And so that's another pretty nice little pickup. A gain of about 8 that time. 7, we'll call it. It'll be second down and 8. And that looks like we've got another stoppage play. Terrell calls a timeout here
already. And we'll just hang right here for just a moment, and we'll go down to Clark in just a second. I'll give my shout-out real quick, though. I got two of them really fast. One to my beautiful daughter, Paige, who is
wait, that's my granddaughter, too.
It's
Great name.
Two
one of the
different Paige.
Yes.
Yeah. Andy's granddaughter is not my daughter.
No.
But Paige is watching at home. I'm not sure about the rest of the family right this moment, but she texted me and said she was. So, and hello to Al Arco and all his Robeson buddies, he said, that are out there watching tonight. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Clark, what's happening down there? It's it's chilly. I mean, we're warm and toasty up here. You were up here earlier. You get it. Tell us a little bit about it, how things are down there.
Well, it is a little chilly down here. I feel my cheeks and nose getting a little red that are exposed, that are not exposed, under my mask. And but no, I think the wind has started to die down here at field level, but judging by the flags, that's a little deceptive, and I'm a little worried about our passing game.
Coach Sedberry, Marvin Sedberry, here in his second season in Terrell, called that timeout awfully early, and he wanted to have a meeting with the officials, which he did. Not exactly sure. I think he was maybe expressing some concerns about Argyle maybe marking signals or moving. I don't know.
2nd down and 8, and they faked the toss this time, and Chase Bunnell was in the backfield before Kanye Nix could even turn around and look for somewhere to run, and he'll go down. That's a loss of 4 we'll call it, all the way back to the 24 to leave 3rd down and 12.
Chase Bunnell, what a play. He leads the team in tackles for loss with 10 now. That came up on a big play. We talk about that deception, that wing tee. That was a lot of fake handoffs, and the quarterback was going to keep it, but Chase Bunnell was buying none of it.
So 3rd down and 12. 2 backs this time behind Nix. And Nix is going to keep it himself. He's rolling. He's looking for a receiver, and he had a man open there. It was Chase Bingman out of the backfield. He tried to one-hand that ball, and I think he was a little bit concerned he was about to get hit. Couldn't hang on to the football. It's incomplete. It'll be a punt situation for the Terrell Tigers.
I think that was a legitimate concern. Will Ramsey was closing quickly, and Will Ramsey will bring some heat. Terrell on offense has 7 sophomores and a freshman. They made a mental mistake, had a penalty, and you're going to expect that from a young team, but 8 games in, you would expect to see fewer, I'm sure, if you're Coach Sedberry.
Shabrun Booker is back in punt formation. Good snap back to him. He gets it away. Zach Stewart stands back at his own 40, and he won't get up to that one. It's going to take a nice Terrell bounce, but right into Zach's arms, and he is hit immediately and brought down by Galen Cobb. A 37-yard punt and no return for Zach Stewart, as Cobb was there immediately to bring him down. Quick shout out to Gina Edwards, text in, and all the girls, all the Bat Busters playing softball down in Hutto. And they wanted to home of the Fighting Hippos.
Absolutely.
They wanted us to give them a shout out down there. So thanks to all the girls watching tonight in Hutto. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Traveling from right to left, CJ, play action. Hits Cole Kirkpatrick at the 45, breaks 1 tackle. Can't get away from the second tackler, and is going to have very close to a 1st down. Tommy Stewart brings him down after a pickup of about 9. It'll be 2nd down and a yard for the Eagles at their own 49.
Hey, I have another special shout out. I wanted it to be on its own. My daughter Shelby celebrates a birthday on Sunday too. So happy birthday, Shelby.
Happy birthday, Shelby. Hall of Fame cheerleader, Chick-fil-A Hall of Fame cheerleader. 2nd down and a yard, and it's going to be Braden Baker getting the carry this time. Not a whole lot for Braden, but enough for a 1st down to pick up a 4 into Terrell territory at the Terrell 48.
Well, you get behind Jack Tucker, who's 6'7", and then you get Jasper Lott, 6'4", Braden Baker, 5'8". Hard to find him.
Fake to C.J. Rogers. Rogers is going to fake it again. This time he's going deep, looking for Hayden Stewart. Stewart's over there, and he's got it. Great catch. Had to come back for it just a little bit, and it was a little low, but he makes the catch all the way down to the Terrell 8-yard line. A 40-yard pitch and catch from C.J. to Hayden Stewart, and 1st and goal.
What a play by Hayden. What a throw by C.J. into that 15-mile-an-hour wind. No problem.
2 receivers left, 1 right. It's going to be Braden Baker get it this time. Carrying it high and tight. And he is going to work his way into the end zone, carrying a couple of tacklers with him, and an Argyle touchdown.
Austin Criswell right out in front, and again, Jasper Lott from tight end heading upfield. Braden Baker just really patient, found a seam, and right into the end zone. A little spin move there. at the end.
Yeah, and Andy likes him a spin move.
I do.
There
I
is
do
no
enjoy
doubt.
a spin move. Yes, I do.
Logan May, the deep snapper. Sutton Lee to hold for the Eagles. Great snap. Hold is down. Caden Dotson's extra point is right down the middle. 7:01 to play first quarter. It's now Argyle 14, Terrell nothing on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to another season of Argyle Eagles Sports. This is Jolette Ryan, owner of the Remax North Texas team located here in Argyle. And although my own Eagles have left the nest, like you, we are ready for some football. As a parent, I pray your children are healthy and safe and trust the faculty and coaches. Once again, it is our honor to serve as an all-sports sponsor for Argyle Sports, which for us is an annual labor of love. Remember, support our teachers, our teams, our first responders, and police. Come to the Remax North Texas team. We are ready to serve all of your real estate needs.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestoragecode.com. That's argylestoragecode.com.
Argyle leads 14-0. Oh, what we got going on here? Argyle changing up a little bit on the kickoff here, the Special Forces. And it is going to be an onside kick attempt, and Terrell will recover that one. It didn't quite go 10 yards. And Terrell will have great field position at the Argyle 47-yard line, 48-yard line. And so backfired a little bit, but Argyle defense playing ground that first drive. Let's see if I can just hold them again here. But first, how about a drive summary? And Andy Ace Smith.
Well, thank you very much. Jolette Ryan Shavy from Remax North Texas team brings you this drive summary. Another quick one. 4 plays, covers 61 yards. Braden Baker, the touchdown maker, goes in from 8 yards out. Caden Dotson's kick is good. 14-0 Argyle.
The snap just rolls right under the quarterback's legs, and Chase Bingman has to fall on it back at their own 49-yard line. A 3-yard loss for Terrell on first down.
Practicing the kicking game was one of the areas of emphasis for Coach Rogers tonight, and trying that little onside kick where Caden Dotson had his back to the football, and then the team huddles up, and then they run up. And what you can do with Caden is he can kick it left or right-footed. And that's quite a weapon to have a kicker that's amphibious like that, as you say, Kenny.
Yeah. Cade Moore has checked in at one of the cornerback spots, and here's the toss to Tynarius Baker. Breaks one tackle. Baker has a burst of speed. Let's just put it that way. He's going to get all the way down to the 31-yard line, and a first down. After a 20-yard pickup for Baker, a Terrell Tiger first down at the Argyle 31.
You got to play your keys, especially on the edge. You got to set the edge. That time Argyle gave up the edge pretty easy, and you get caught up in some of that deception, and you kind of crash down inside, and you give up your gap, and Terrell will take advantage of it. They've hurt Argyle here on the right side, Argyle's left side, but going right a few times tonight.
That's their biggest play so far. First down and 10. Now an option play to the left side, and the pitch to Bingman. Quarterback gets brought down, and no gain. Maybe a half yard over there is all on the option play. So it'll be second down and right at 10.
Got to have pitch man if you're the safety. That time Will Ramsey came up from safety, made a really nice open field tackle. Had he not made that tackle, it's at least a first down, maybe more for Terrell.
Second down and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Tigers. 2 backs, and here's a toss sweep. It's going to be Galen Cobb who's back there in the backfield this time, and nowhere to go for Cobb. A whole swarm of Argyle defenders. Jacob Robinson up to make the stop, and then Darren Chapa also comes in to help out. And so it'll be third down, about a loss of a yard on that time. Third down and 11 for Terrell.
That was the same play that Argyle gave up 20 yards on earlier. That time, though, Logan May didn't bite on the fake, set the edge, and it worked out well.
Argyle wants a timeout this time, so let's take one as well. 4:41 to play first quarter. Argyle leading 14-0. Back in a moment with more Argyle Eagle football.
The team at Noble Classic Homes, your local master home builder and remodeler, has been Argyle's premier home builder since 1998. We can assist you in building your dream home, remodeling, or even storm restoration. Noble Classic Homes has been selected by D Homes as best of the best home builders from 2011 through 2017 and best of Denton County every year since 2015. Visit our new office located at 9998 Hilltop Road in Argyle and check out our award-winning website at nobleclassichomes.com. Let us build the dream your family will call home. Go Eagles!
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
11 for Terrell as we come back from this Argyle timeout. Two back split behind Kanye Nix, and it's going to be a toss to Chase Bingman. And he's going to have a gain out to about the 25-yard line. Grant Mariball over to make the stop, but it will be a 4th down and about 3. But at the 25, I'd look here for Terrell to go for it here on 4th down.
They definitely look like they will. They're 7 of 17 on 4th down for the season. That's 41%. 2 of those 7 conversions were touchdowns, one on a flea flicker pass. But I would expect Terrell's just going to keep coming right until Argyle decides to step up and make a stop. They've been burned on that just toss sweep coming right.
2 receivers to either side, single back, and Nix wants to throw, and now he's just going to tuck it and run and cut it inside, and he's going to have a first down all the way to the 16-yard line. And again, Jacob Robinson on the stop for Argyle, and moving the sticks here are the Terrell Tigers.
They are. They're going a little up-tempo, although now they're in this thing where they get behind the line and get in a circle, and I'm not sure what that is. Some people have said it's a huddle in the olden days. But they're just going quick and not hesitating at all.
7th play of the drive here for Terrell, and another toss. It's going to be Baker this time, looking for somewhere to go, and he's going to be tripped up in the backfield. Reed Atkins makes the stop, and right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. 2nd down and 10. Another quick shout out to another Argyle softballer, Sophia Strachan is watching for us. So-so, or I like to call her Strackalackin. And then a future Argyle baseball player. He's only 4th grade now, but I see him starting on the mound one day. Reed Schnabel. So thanks for watching, Reed.
Hi, Reed.
Appreciate it. 2nd down and 10 from the 16. Nix is going to keep it again, and not a whole lot of running room there. He's just trying to find something. And Ethan Gonzalez will make the stop,
46.
as well as Argyle middle linebacker, number 35, Davis Elsey. And it will be 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Another big 3rd down conversion, probably 4-down territory for the Tigers. Got a little momentum here. This is their 9th or 10th play on this drive. 9th play, actually, on this drive. And every play has been on the ground, which is like 71% of their offense anyway.
3rd down and 10. I said middle linebacker. Davis was middle linebacker. Now he's an outside linebacker. And he's putting pressure this time. Almost has a sack. And he will have the sack. Davis Elsey with the sack of Kanye Nix on 3rd and 10. That's a loss of 4. And it'll be a 4th and 14 now for the Tigers.
Well, senior Davis Elsey, he loves to blitz on passing plays. That's his 3rd sack of the season for the senior linebacker. And forces a 4th and long and apparently a kicking situation. With that wind, not a surprise, good wind behind him.
Kaysen Martinez will attempt the field goal, although they need a left tackle. No, left guard. Well, left guard was not out. Well, neither is the left tackle.
Probably going to need them both.
They needed both of them. Out of the hold of Tommy Stewart from the right hash. The kick is plenty long, but he kicks it straight. He needed to hook it a little to the left, and it is no good. 1:19 left here in the first quarter. Nothing doing for the Terrell Tigers after a nice little drive. It's still Argyle 14 and Terrell nothing here as we wind down here in the first quarter. And Clark, can you see anything on that, I guess the right side for Terrell, the left side defensively for Argyle? Terrell seemed to be able to make a few plays, and Argyle kind of shut it down there the last couple of times.
They did. We talked about how Will Ramsey set the edge. on this side really well. The safety on the other side, number 16, don't have my roster with me, but it took him a minute to make the adjustment.
Here's a little swing pass for Argyle out to Tito Bice, and it's incomplete.
For number 9.
He dove on it real quickly, thinking it might be a backwards pass, but it was not, so called incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Argyle with the ball at the right at the 20-yard line, their own 20. CJ's got it. He'll hand off this time. Tito Bice, a little bit of running room behind Jasper Lott there, who was lined up more like a fullback. Pickup of 5 for Tito would be 3rd down and 5.
He did have some running room. He just wanted to hit somebody, so he ran into Malachi Williams. And very quickly, before 12 men on the field, Coach Sedberry calls his 2nd timeout. He wasn't happy he had to.
No, he wasn't. Some substitution issues there, I think, for Terrell, with 1:07 to play here in the first quarter, and Argyle leading 14-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football.
This is Preston Wilson with Miss Higgs' 3rd grade class.
This broadcast is brought to you by Argyle Eagles Booster Club. Yay!
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Hey, I have a quick station ID shout out. I don't know the tie in there. I'm not sure,
either,
but it's an important one because all those shout outs pale in comparison to the one I'm sending out to Gina Smith, Argyle Eagles #1 fan, and my wife. She and my son Tucker are listening back in Denton tonight. So, hi Gina, hi Tucker.
Hi Gina, hi Tucker.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
That's all the friends I have to give shout-outs to, so I think I'm done for now. And they're all relatives. How's that?
2 receivers left, 1 right. Fake to Tito again. CJ with some time. He's going to hit Cash Walker out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Sweet Feet has a 1st down. Pickup of 8 on that quick hitter.
Really nice job from Cash Walker to come back to the ball, make the catch.
Yeah, it's pretty good coverage there for the Terrell Tigers. Here's a quick slant, and going down low is Ward McCullum. Actually, a really nice pass. Is again great coverage. That time it was Kanye Nix, who's the quarterback, is now playing cornerback, and he had good coverage, and that was about the only place the ball could be caught. And it's a pickup of 6, 2nd down and 4. Now, getting outside is Tito Bice, and 2 or 3 red jerseys, and Tito just kind of went down on his own a little bit more, I think, than anything, and gets a couple. Be 3rd and 2.
Trying to get behind Sheridan Wilson out there, and that's always a good idea. Just couldn't get the edge.
3rd down and 2. It's Tito again. Going left on this. Oh, my gosh, he runs over 2 guys. Now runs over a guy at midfield into Terrell territory at the 48-yard line. Nice run by Tito. He was hit right about the line of scrimmage. Ends up with 11 yards and a 1st down.
That's classic Tito Bice. Bouncing off, keeping his balance, and just running to contact.
Out of the first quarter. First quarter's done here at Terrell Memorial Stadium. It's Argyle 14, Terrell nothing. Back with the 2nd quarter in just a moment on AEBC Broadcasting.
The Real Estate Station, Argyle's first and only privately owned real estate office since 1986, wants to say thank you. We know you have a choice when it comes to trusting a professional to meet all of your real estate needs. We at the Real Estate Station love Argyle, and we are your neighbors. All of our team lives here. We're also members of the Eagle family. We value investing in our community and helping make Argyle great. Speaking of great, we're proud to cheer on our Argyle Eagles, and with everyone's support, they can accomplish anything. We'd love to meet you. Dave and Kathy Salisbury and the Real Estate Station team.
Rapid Med Urgent Care provides you and your family with personalized, state-of-the-art minor emergency care and primary care. Just up the road at the corner of FM 407 and Chin Chapel Road. This fall, we'll also open a new Argyle location just next to the stadium. Checkups to cuts, broken bones, school vaccinations, sports physicals, and now our all-new telemedicine service, Rapid Med On Demand. No waiting room and direct access to Rapid Med over the web by using your webcam or smartphone. COVID testing available. Extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Well, one of Andy's keys to victory was to run the football. And Argyle throws for 106 yards in the first quarter.
Into the wind. Now they got the wind behind.
Yeah. Now with it behind it, we'll see what they're going to do. Well, they're going to go deep. Left side, and that ball is caught, and that will be a touchdown. Cole Kirkpatrick, 48-yard touchdown pass. And the first one to meet him is Cash Walker. 48-yard touchdown. CJ to Cole Kirkpatrick. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
How many times have we said CJ to Cole Kirkpatrick? Well, 9 times this year, but how many times have we said touchdown Cole Kirkpatrick? That'd be 46 times that you've said that, Kenny, in the last 2 and, say, a quarter seasons.
That's a lot
record.
of touchdowns.
That's a record for Argyle, and it's getting up there for almost anybody.
Caden Dodson's extra point is good. 11:45 to play in the second quarter. Our new score, Argyle 21, Terrell nothing on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe Bartram with CNN Mortgage. We are a privately owned mortgage lender since 1997, offering financing options designed for your family needs. CNN Mortgage is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles. We have expanded and we invite you into our office right here in Argyle or our main office in Grapevine. CNN Mortgage is an active member of the community, so mention this ad and receive $550 towards the cost of your appraisal when we finance your next home. If you have dreams, we have solutions. CNN Mortgage is a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Texas. NMLS number is 148530. Joe Bartram's NMLS number is 1010778. Go Eagles!
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
It'll be a touchback here as Galen Cobb lets that one go over his head, and it almost didn't bounce into the end zone, but it does. It's a touchback, and so they'll bring that one out to the 25. But how about Andy Ace Smith with the drive summary?
God, I just love that so much. Thank you very much. And also thank you to Lisa Hemby from Closets by Design. She's bringing you this drive summary. Argyle covered 80 yards in 7 plays in a minute 34. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for the Eagles. And that possession ended with a 48-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Rogers to Cole Kirkpatrick. Caden Dodson perfect. 21-0, 11:44 to go in the second.
And Kanye Nix looks like he wanted to pitch the ball, maybe bobbled it, so he hangs on to it himself and runs right into Davis Elsey and Dax Haraney, who is checked in defensively for the Eagles. And we'll pick up a couple. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, Clark talked about maybe a little bit more run support from a safety, and Dax Haraney is a terrific run support safety, kind of a hybrid safety linebacker. Of course, Argyle's 8 games into the new defense, that 3-3 or 3-4 stack, a lot of multiple looks, and appears to have adjusted to what Terrell was trying to do and having success with early.
Second down and 8. Nix is going to roll out to his right this time, able to avoid Reed Atkins, and we'll have a first down. Nice run that time by Nix out across the 35-yard line to the 36, and a Tiger first down.
Yeah, you get Kanye out there in open field. He's going to look to run it. He's been averaging almost 5 yards a carry, and I don't think he had any idea that he was going to pass that. He was running it all the way, broke 1 tackle, got the first down. Terrell's shown the ability to convert and move the ball. They just can't finish. Of course, Argyle's had a little bit to say with that.
Thanks for joining us. Argyle Booster Club broadcasting with Andy Smith and Clark McNulty. I'm Kenny Arthur. Blake Jones producing. Here is a toss pitch to the left side this time, and nowhere to go really for Bingman. Maybe a yard on that left side. 2 or 3 Argyle Eagles. Will Ramsey, one of the first ones up there to make the stop for Argyle. Be second down and 9.
Cade Moore, playing corner, also came up. And we talk about set the edge, meaning don't let him get outside of you. Force him to run back inside, where that time 8 Argyle Eagles were pursuing. And you want to put Terrell in these second and long, third and long situations. It's not really plays to their strengths, although they've been able to get some pretty good chunks on the ground.
Toss sweep to the right side this time. It's going to be Baker who's got it. He slips out of 1 tackle, slips to another one. He's down the sideline, midfield and out of bounds. Rand Nash finally pushes him out of bounds in Argyle territory at the 48-yard line. Reed Atkins had a shot at him in the backfield that ends up being a 15-yard gain. And first and 10 for the Terrell Tigers. And well, Baker's slippery fella.
He is quick. He gets to that edge very quick. He breaks one tackle, and it's 12, 15 yards. Same play that they've had all that success on, that toss right. That time broke one tackle, and he was off to the races.
Terrell moving from right to left, and this is a toss to the left side again. This time, oh, there's a spin move inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line, 11-yard pickup for Shabrun Booker.
Well, nice job by Cade Moore again setting the edge, but not a spectacular job by Argyle on pursuit. But they got blocked inside, and nice cut by the running back. And here we go, back-to-back first downs. Terrell is showing some promise, showing a little something here, being able to run on a Argyle team that doesn't give up a lot of points. Once again, only 3 points allowed in the first quarter, and that stays true tonight on the season.
Here's a handoff, just over left tackle, and not a whole lot there for Jarius Scruggs. About a 3-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 7. Rainey comes up to make the stop. Argyle makes some changes out there on the defensive front now.
Yep, three fresh defensive linemen, Michael Madry and Chase Bunnell, and Darren Chapa.
You know, this is not that odd, by the way. You know, even though Terrell's lost a couple of games pretty handily to Kaufman, one of them, I think Paris beat him pretty good too. And it's and now Kanye Nix wants to throw, and the pass is complete. Nope, incomplete to Vontae Henderson. But even in, you know, they've been beat pretty handily a couple of times. But Andy, they're averaging 240 yards a game on the ground. So
yeah,
they're gonna run, especially this wing T offense. They're gonna do a good job. And great athletes. They're gonna run the football and get a few yards on you from time to time.
Coach Sedberry, he has in the past run the spread, but he said I run the offense that suits my kids, and he feels like he's got the kids, and he does have the athletes to run this wing T.
Third down and 7 for the Tigers, and Nix is going to keep it on the right side, and he's going to have a nice gain inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Logan May makes the stop. It'll be fourth down and a couple here for the Tigers.
Comes that heavy offense. A lot of big boys coming in there, planning on getting in the backfield. Fourth down again. Argyle gave up a conversion on the first fourth down attempt. See if Argyle can get a stop here, get the ball back. Their offense touches the ball, they score. And Terrell trying to keep it out of the hands of Argyle's offense, and they're doing a pretty good job.
Argyle leading 21-0, 7:20 to play, second quarter. Full house backfield. Now two guys move away, and there's some movement. That's the only problem when you do some of those things. You had a couple of guys in the backfield that have offensive lineman numbers on, and they shifted out to the right, kind of like in a wingback type position. And I don't know how the snap was supposed to work, but man, they're going to call it on Argyle though.
They called Argyle for a delay game, which could only mean, and Clark, maybe you're down there. Argyle calling out signals, or that's generally what that call is. If a defense is barking out their own signals, they get called for delay a game, and I think that's what happened. And Coach Sedberry set that call up earlier when he called timeout early in the game to complain.
Yeah, that talk with the officials seemed to work for sure. Clark, are you seeing or hearing anything down there with the Argyle defensive lineman?
No.
Well, short and sweet.
Yeah.
I haven't heard them. I haven't heard anything from where I'm
Coach Rogers wants an explanation over there, and so Terrell was ready to run a play, but there were no officials set except for the umpire, who said, just a second. But that's, I don't know, they're just, Argyle could be calling out their assignments. And, when you're running that wing T, you have to play your assignments. You can't try to do somebody else's job. You got to do your own, and then you got to pursue inside out, which is pretty important. Looks like the umpire's talking to Darren Chapa about what he can or can't do. But I don't see that called very often.
You think the explanation to Rogers was, well, their coach told me to call that, so you think that probably wasn't it. That's probably not that probably wasn't the explanation.
You say I didn't know the rule, but their coach said it was a rule. So.
First down and 10 from the Argyle 24. Nix is going to throw, and he's going to go deep on the left side, looking for Vontae Henderson, and it's caught just over the outstretched arms of Cade Moore, who had pretty good coverage. But Vontae Henderson goes up and makes that catch, a 24-yard touchdown pass from Nix to Henderson, and the Terrell Tigers are on the scoreboard.
Really nice pass by Nix. He threw that ball up high where only his receiver was going to catch it. Cade Moore was in really good position, but it was a perfect throw and a really nice catch by the receiver. Showed great concentration.
Yeah, Vondre Henderson over here celebrating, and you need to rush back out there. He's the deep snapper, by the way. And the extra point is good by Kason Martinez. 21-7, Argyle now leads Terrell. 6:50 to play second quarter on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic cookie cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agent Matt Ports about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call State Farm agent Matt Ports today at 940-591-6644.
The Smooth Jazz. KABC Booster Club Broadcasting. Hey, Andy A. Smith. How about a drive summary?
I'll give you this drive summary here on Argyle football at night. That kickoff went out of bounds, and Argyle has the option to get them to re-kick. But this drive summary brought to you by Jeff Bassinger with Argyle Storage. The Tigers from Terrell, they go 75 yards in almost 4 minutes. Despite being 1 of 5 on third down, they had a couple of 10-yard runs and finished it with a 20-yard pass from Kanye Nix. Extra points good, 21-7 now. Argyle out on top, 6:50 to go here in the first half.
So kick out of bounds. You don't see this too often because you get such great field position now, but Argyle making Terrell back up and kick it again.
Yeah, make him kick it again into that wind, maybe pick up a little extra yardage. Some of that hidden yardage. How do you say that, Kenny? Yardage.
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 Yardage. Sweet Feet stands back at the 25, and the kick will go to Cash Walker. At the 26-yard line, he's going to go all the way to the left side of the field, right behind Knox Scoggins' blocks, out to the 40, 45, and we'll get out across midfield, so definitely better field position. A 25-yard return on that kickoff into Terrell territory at the 49-yard line, where Argyle will have it 1st and 10, leading 21-7 here with 6:39 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, picked up 16 extra yards on that kick, and Cash Walker sets the Eagles up in great field position. I just sense something going deep to Cash or Hayden Stewart right here. Of course, I also predicted a lot of running in the first quarter, and I was as wrong could be.
CJ takes the snap. He'll throw it over to Cole Kirkpatrick. Makes a spin move at the 42-yard line, where he'll be brought down by a couple of Terrell Tigers over there. Pick up of 8, make it 2nd down and 2.
Number 12,
You think the spin move is contagious? CJ patented it. Now, Tito likes it. Braden likes it.
2nd down and 3.
Knox Scoggins in at running back, running behind Austin Criswell, and who else has checked in there? Dominic Reed has checked in at offensive tackle.
No need for a spin move when you can get right behind that line. Nash Kruger also in there out in front for Argyle offensive line.
First down at the Terrell 35. CJ is going to go over the middle, and he's got Jasper Lott, who's hit just as he makes the catch. But he hangs on to the football as Shane Harris couldn't knock it out of his arms. A 32-yard gain and 1st and goal at the 3-yard line for Argyle.
I believe that's Jasper's longest catch of the season. Right down the seam, got hit right as he made the catch. Jasper Lott, who a few weeks ago made a verbal commitment to TCU.
1st and goal from the 3. Handoff, Knox Scoggins, and nobody there. Walks into the end zone. Argyle Eagle touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run. Knox Scoggins, 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
I think Knox could have run all the way down to Forney and not got hit on that play. Oh, my gosh, that was so wide open on that left side. Nash Kruger over there and Big Jack Tucker, and boy, what a hole. There's a downside of that. Argyle to give the ball right back to Terrell, who just had it for almost 4 minutes.
Extra point by Caden Dotson right down the middle. 5:32 to play. Second quarter, Argyle 28, Terrell 7. We're back with more Argyle Eagle football in just a moment.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W and Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
Kickoff will sell about 8 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback with 5:31 to play here in the second quarter. And here's Andy Ace Smith with the drive summary.
This drive summary brought to you by the Real Estate Station and Dave and Kathy Salisbury. Argyle really just getting there quickly. Go 49 yards in 1 minute, 18 seconds. Jasper Lott had a 32-yard catch from C.J. Rogers, who's getting very close to 200 yards tonight. And it was the Knoxinator from 3 yards out. And Argyle leads 28-7 here, 5:30 to go in the first half.
Toss sweep. Shabrun Booker was going right and cuts it all the way back to the left, and he'll get out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Ran Nash to make the stop, but a nice pickup of about 7 that time for Booker.
Kenny, could you turn the defrost on?
Yeah, we need something
windshield here, because I think our producer Blake he's just generating a lot of heat.
3 from the 32-yard line.
So second down and 3.
Got the broadcast. We got the video team in here tonight as well. We got
maybe it's their fault.
JR, the dribbler, back there producing video.
Here's a handoff straight up the middle.
Alongside Riley from the Talon.
And no gain here for Booker, and it'll be third down and 3 for the Terrell Tigers.
I predict. May I predict?
Predict.
Toss right till they stop it. That's generally what when I was coaching, I found that if I had a really good running back, I was a good coach when he could just pick it up and go right for 15 yards, and that's what Terrell has done so far tonight.
Well, let's see if you're correct. No, Nix is going to throw. And Vontae Henderson is out there, and they tried a little toss and actually lost a little bit on the flip as the pass was complete to Henderson out at about the, probably 37 or 38, and he tosses it back to Baker and just ends up being just enough for a first down. Had a first down by about 3 or 4 yards, ends up being right at the first down marker, but it is a first down for Terrell.
Yeah, a little flea flicker. Maybe should have just fleed it and not flicked it.
Not flicked.
But a little hook and ladder kind of play, and again, maybe the hook, but not the ladder.
Yeah, just the hook without the ladder. First down and 10. 2 backs behind Nix. Nix wants to throw again, and absolutely nothing going, though. Elsie Davis, Davis Elsie, let's call him that. That's the first one back there. And Michael Madry comes around as well. So does Chase Bonnell.
Well, you think that was Darren Chapa or Chase Bonnell will get credit for the sack?
Or Elsie. Elsie was down underneath him, under his legs.
That's his second sack. Davis Elsie's second sack tonight, 4th of the season. And you put a little pressure on a sophomore quarterback. He didn't have anybody open, but he's going to look to run, nowhere to go. Here we are, 2nd and 15. And Terrell is just going to churn up some clock.
Nix is going to roll, now wants to throw right over the middle, and the ball is complete to Shabrun Booker. But right there immediately is Zach Stewart to make the stop, And he'll pick up, about 5 yards, get back past the original line of scrimmage, and a couple more. So it'll be third down and 8 now for. I'm trying to stand and sit and find a place to be able to see through the window a little better that's not fogged up.
Well, what was very clear to me there is that Zach Stewart, when he hits you, you stay hit. There's a reason why he's a leading tackler on the Argyle defense. He came up and delivered a wallop, nice open field tackle on what a 5-yard gain could have turned into 10 and maybe a first down. But here we go again on a third down. And Terrell has converted their last 2 third-down attempts.
Nick's on the keeper.
Third down and 8, and Nick's wanting to throw again, and he has absolutely no time. Davis Elsey, sack number 3 on the game for Davis Elsey. Huge loss of 8, and it'll be a punting situation for the Terrell Tigers.
You are not kidding. That was a huge play by Elvis Daisley, you said?
Yes.
Or Davis Elsey, and his third tackle for loss. I don't know if that was a sack, but let's count it. Third sack of the night, and that was huge to force a punt into the wind. It looks like the special forces have got their ears pinned back here.
Back in punt formation is Shane Harris. Snap. A little low, but good snap. And fair catch will be caught by Zach Stewart right at the 50-yard line, a 21-yard punt, and no return for Argyle with 1:44 to play here in the second quarter. And Argyle leading 28-7. And Andy, we have no idea who's bringing us our second quarter. I mean, absolutely no idea.
Well, I do. I can tell you exactly who's bringing us tonight's second quarter.
Please,
I'm happy to tell you that would be Rapid Med Urgent Care. They're, by the way, the sponsor of our halftime show coming up. Minerva Consulting, Jason and Shelley Wiley from Argyle Fine Arts Preschool. Marge Bunn from the Snooty Pig. That's where you go when you're hungry. And I'll give you the rest of those second quarter sponsors here in just a moment.
2 receivers to either side for Argyle. C.J. Rogers, tons of time. Now running out of the pocket, and he is going to throw, and that pass is complete to Cole Kirkpatrick running across the middle, and then all the way out of bounds on the far sideline, the Argyle side. Ends up being a pickup of about 7 or 8 that time to the 42-yard line, and will be second down and 2.
Well, C.J., 6'3", 205, he can see a ways, big, got good size, kept his eyes downfield, very patient, nice pass.
Second down and about 2.5. Tito Bice running straight ahead, wanted to run over somebody, and that guy was already on the ground. So he just keeps on running all the way down to the 24-yard line. You don't see that too often. It ends up being a gain of 18 yards for Tito, but he wants to run over somebody so bad, he's just running over air.
Well, he squatted down like, get up, I'm going to hit you. That's why I was laughing. He's like, he wanted to get down low enough to hit somebody.
And with 1:10 to play here, Coach Sedberry for Terrell wants to take a timeout with Argyle leading 28-7. So we can finish those second quarter sponsors.
I will. Ty and Jennifer Homeyer from the Design House, Wes and Lisa Spence with Waxahachie Autoplex, Lori Jacobson and DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, and of course Dave and Kathy Salisbury also our sponsors with Noble Classic Homes, Sherry Brunson, Point Bank. All of you, thank you for your generous support. You're going to stick around 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock until halftime. Tonight's Rapid Med halftime show will have a player spotlight with Cash, Sweet Feet, Walker. We'll have an Argyle ISD Eagle update with Rick Herron and Pam Arrington. John Little will catch us up on an out-of-town scoreboard, get stats and sounds from the first half, and the Rapid Med keys to the second half. All that coming up here on the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show. And we're going to get a squeegee while all that's going on and see if we can clear up the fog.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we doing that all the rest of the people in here aren't? Every other window up and down this.
I feel like maybe it's a statement. It's either Blake is just putting off a lot of heat, or it could be you and me, Kenny. I'm kind of thinking that might be the case.
First and 10 from the 24, and this pass is backwards to Tito, and he's going to throw it himself, and that ball is complete, and a touchdown to Jasper Lott. 24-yard touchdown pass from Tito Bice to Jasper Lott. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Do you think some coaches that are watching film are going to start maybe pacing back and forth and maybe thinking about another profession when you throw it to Tito, who's never thrown a pass in his football career, at least at the varsity level, pulls up, throws it left-handed, perfect pass right over the outstretched arms of the defenders and into Jasper Lott's hands. What a play.
Caden Dotson's extra point is good. 1:01 to play before the half. It's now Argyle 35 and Terrell 7 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club broadcasting.
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation. I think Caden Dodson is about to kick off. It kind of reminds me of the fog game between the Bears and the Eagles a few years back where you couldn't see the field after a while. But it's just our window. It's not fog. Argyle's going to try the onside kick again. Gets the big hop this time. But a nice job by Terrell and one of their defenders to get up there and make that catch. Looks like Argyle might have been offside anyway, though. We'll see what the call is here.
You need to see, Kenny. I want to make that possible as I kind of wipe down the windows
I
here.
appreciate that. Somebody's got to do it.
I mean, what did you say? It reminded you of the fog game back in at Floyd Casey, the last game they played
there
there?
was the freezing fog there between Baylor and Texas.
Yeah, so you've been in freezing fog. Or the Argyle-Kennedale game at SMU, and it wasn't fog as much as it was rain sideways.
Yeah, I don't think that my
Speaking
daughter Gracie was the mascot.
Foggy
I don't think that Eagle costume has dried out yet.
Clark was saying off air that it reminded him of back in high school going to the drive-in theater. I'm not sure what he meant by that, but you'll have to maybe text him or email him.
First down and 10 for Terrell at the Argyle 49-yard line following that recovery of the onside kick. And Shane Harris is going to try to get around the outside, but the Argyle defense will string that one all the way out. Will Ramsey will run him out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, he lost a yard back to the midfield stripe. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Great pursuit by the Eagles that time. All 11 Eagles played their role and pursued hard to the near side. Will Ramsey with another really nice open field tackle. Had help from Zach Stewart.
2nd down and 11. Nix under a lot of pressure again, and guess who? A little bit of help, but Davis Elsey, one of the first ones there, and Michael Madry was there first. So credit Michael Madry with the sack and a huge loss all the way back to the 41-yard line. Loss of 9 on the play.
I believe that's 5 Argyle sacks here in the first half. What they haven't created is a turnover. That's kind of unusual. Argyle plus 18 in turnovers this season, but none tonight.
3rd and a long way. And the pass is complete, but it's short to Vontae Henderson. And he's not going to have a whole lot out to about the 47-yard line. Is all Grant Mariball in on the stop, and that'll probably be the last play of the half. Shout out to Dylan Carter, who's listening to us. He says, go Eagles. He's got Argyle. He sent us a picture. He's got Argyle on the YouTube and World Series on behind that. And so he says, and by the way, keeping my GPA up in Lubbock. So,
all right. Good job, Dylan.
So DC, shout out to you, DC. That's the end of the first half here in Terrell at Terrell Memorial Stadium. It's Argyle 35 and Terrell 7. The Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show is.
See, I don't have the voice Kenny Arthur does here, so I'll just intro it normally. Just about another minute to go in the Rapid Med halftime show. Here is the legendary Kenny Arthur with your first half stats and sounds. Take it away, Kenny Arthur.
But you have the sense of humor. See, you know.
At least I have that.
Yeah, that's right. The ladies like to laugh, right, when they're listening to slow jazz. All right, Argyle leads 35-7 as we're just about set for the second half kickoff. Argyle 292 yards total offense compared to 112 for the Terrell Tigers. 67 on the ground for Argyle, 225 through the air in that first half. C.J. Rogers has looked extremely good tonight throwing the football. 9 out of 12, 201 yards and a touchdown. Who did those go to? Cash Walker's had 2 catches for 51. Ward McCollum 1 for 6. Hayden Stewart 1 for 40. Tito Bice threw 1 touchdown pass himself. Cole Kirkpatrick has 3 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Tito also 6 for 45 on the ground. Baden Baker 2 for 12 on the ground with a touchdown. Knox Goggins 2 for 10 and a touchdown. And we are at 35-7. And how did we get to 35-7? Well, the last touchdown was probably the most exciting one because we don't get to hear somebody throw touchdown passes very often except for C.J. Rogers. So decided to trick things up just a little bit there late in that first half. And Tito Bice got an opportunity to get into the action throwing a touchdown pass from the 24. And this pass is backwards to Tito, and he's going to throw it himself. And that ball is complete and a touchdown to Jasper Lott. 24-yard touchdown pass from Tito Bice to Jasper Lott. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. And here in the second half kickoff, Tynarius Baker will take it out for the Terrell Tigers. And Tynarius can only get out to about the 16-yard line. And that will be it. And that is where they will set up shop. 1st and 10 at their own 16. Actually, in there I made it hard on myself. Not sure exactly how to pronounce one name, and that was Tommy Stewart, actually, that returned it. So it'd be a whole lot easier to say Tommy Stewart than –
I was more watching Chase Bunnell. Tell me how many times your nose tackle is the first person down the field on kickoff team and then makes an open field tackle. Yeah. That's impressive.
So 1st and 10 for Terrell, and Kanye Nix is the quarterback, and he's going to take it out to his right and keep it himself. And Logan May will chase him down from behind. And absolutely no gain. He'll stay right at the 16-yard line. Great job there by Logan to keep his spot out there and contain instead of allowing things to get outside of him. That defense for Argyle is Michael Madry, Chase Bunnell up front along with – see, we took out Ty Johnson out there, don't we? Ty Johnson is not
is
he next to you?
Going to be out, I think, another week maybe.
And so Darren, it's a chopper, is the other defensive tackle down there for Argyle. And Nix is going to throw, and his pass is incomplete and almost intercepted by Hunter Roberts, who is out there at one of the safety spots. And the other defensive backs, Will Ramsey, Caleb Murdoch, Zach Stewart, and Rand Nash is out there. The other backers, besides Logan May, is Reed Atkins and Davis Elsey. And that's your defense for Argyle to start the second half. And it will be 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Clark asked Coach Rogers right before the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show, he asked him about his first half impression. He said, we really got after the quarterback in the second quarter, and that's continuing here in the third. Michael Madry, well, he was hot on the heels of Kanye Nix, forced him to throw it a little earlier, almost forced a turnover.
3rd down and 10 here for the Terrell Tigers, and a toss to the left side. Oh, and tripping him up, and maybe a little bit of room, but Davis Elsey in the backfield to trip him up. I don't think there's any way he gets the first down, but Davis Elsey with his 2nd tackle for loss along with 3 sacks tonight. I say that's an early candidate for defensive POG.
He's like the wall over here on the toss sweep this way. What a great open field tackle by Davis Elsey, the senior. 3 sacks, 2 TFLs. He was also in on that kickoff that pinned the Tigers back on the 15, and now have forced a punt into a pretty stiff breeze out of their own end zone.
Yeah, gets the win, and Shane Harris is a yard back in his end zone, and now he might be a yard further back or 5 yards further back. And it is a false start against the Terrell Tigers. And Zach Stewart's already standing at the 39-yard line, so now he'll probably move up a little bit closer.
Against the Tigers.
And that's being a little generous against this win. And actually, you know what, Clark, let's talk to you about that, because those flags over there, the Argyle flags behind the stands, don't seem to be quite as straight out as they once were. Has the wind died down any down there?
Absolutely. It's pretty calm at field level, and if you look at the flags at the north end, they're moving pretty good, but the ones at the south end are barely moving at all. So I think the wind is letting down a little bit.
Shane Harris now 5 yards deep in his own end zone to punt this football away for Terrell. And the special forces coming after it, but they can't get it. It bounces once to Zach Stewart, and he'll take it at the 37-yard line. has a little bit of room, and he fumbles the football. And I believe Terrell, I don't know, Zach may have got back on his own. Let's see. Nope, Terrell has the football. They do. Zach Stewart was hit hard, and Galen Cobb recovers that fumble of Zach Stewart, and the Terrell Tigers will have first down at their own 32-yard line.
Just don't see that very often. Argyle coughing it up. No turnovers in the first half, which was unusual because Argyle's plus 18, meaning that caused 18 more turnovers than they've had, which is extraordinary. Now it's 17, and Terrell is in business at their own 30.
Only the third fumble given up by Argyle this season, and the defense back out there, and Galen Cobb, who just recovered that fumble, will get the carry, and Michael Madry, Darren Chapa combined to make the stop. Only a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. And now there's those wholesale changes again on the defensive front as Reese McHugh, Ethan Gonzalez, and Jasper Lott will be the 3 big boys up front.
I asked Coach Rogers leading up to next Friday at senior night, I said, what things you think about it? He said, this is the most unselfish group that he's seen of seniors, and I'll explain why that came into play in a moment.
Nix hangs on to the football this time, and Gonzo 3.0 in the backfield to make the stop for a 2-yard loss. Had his first touchdown last week playing tight end, and now a defensive tackle gets a tackle for loss, a 2-yard loss. It's 3rd and 11.
So on this defending this wing T, they're going to do a lot of toss sweeps and get 2 running backs out in front, maybe pull a lineman. Whoever is the first defender basically has to say, well, it's up to me to just take these blockers out and sacrifice themselves, make a very unselfish play. And Argyle's doing that so far here in the second half.
Nix rolling to his left, looking to throw, now stops and almost intercepted by Zach Stewart, was behind the intended receiver, Shabrun Booker, has got some pressure back there by Ethan Gonzalez. And Andy, I think Nix wanted to continue to roll to his left, but once he had to stop and just turn and try to throw it to the middle of the field, he just didn't lead the receiver at all.
Well, he's been under duress since the second quarter until now. You know, Zach Stewart did cough up that ball, but he's saved a lot of yards for Argyle by being aggressive and making a return, and he'll be aggressive just as much this time, I'm assuming. He'll get a chance to return it.
He's back at about his own 44 right now. Snaps a little high, but the punt by Shane Harris is away, and it's a high one, and a fair catch is called this time.
It was an aggressive fair catch.
It probably also helped that Vontre Henderson was bearing down on him about 3 yards away. He probably could hear him breathing, and so decided he'd do the fair catch as well. 25-yard punt, no return, and Argyle will get its first possession of the second half at their own 44-yard line with C.J. Rogers coming back out at quarterback, as well as who's in the backfield with him this time. Is that Tito Bice in the backfield. The boys up front, Blake Spence at center, Nick Ruby and Austin Criswell at guards, Jack Tucker, Sheridan Wilson. The tackles, Jasper Lott at tight end. Tito stiff arms the guy, and he's got some room right up the middle of the field. He'll have a first down, Tiger territory, the 43-yard line. Cole Kirkpatrick, Cash Walker, Hayden Stewart, the receivers, here to begin the second half. 1st and 10 from the Terrell 43-yard line after that 13-yard gain. CJ claps his hands together, gets a snap, a big hole on the right side thanks to Nick Rubian and Jasper Lott, who's still blocking. And that is another first down, a pickup of 11 or 12 this time down to the 32-yard line with 8:05 to play here in the third quarter, and Argyle leading 35-7.
Jasper Lott had a pancake block 20 yards downfield.
Fake to Tito. Going deep, looking for Hayden Stewart, back of the end zone. He makes the catch, but he's out of the back of the end zone as CJ led him just a hair too far, and Hayden couldn't keep a foot in the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Yes, C.J. Rogers throwing with the wind. He missed. Cash Walker was wide open on the other side, but he's probably saying, I'm just trying to spread the ball around. 11 Eagles caught touchdown passes last week, or made touchdowns last week. C.J. Rogers loves to spread the ball around.
Play action once again. Rogers now going to roll to his left, continue to roll. He's still looking, and he's just going to throw it away. And Clark McNulty cannot make the catch over on the sideline. A little too tall for him.
He's got to lay out for that ball.
Yeah,
though.
At least jump.
Try. Well, good coverage that time. CJ really didn't have anywhere to go with it. I think if he were to look at it on film, he might say, well, I'll just keep it and maybe pick up 10 yards. But Argyle now 3 for 3 on third down, trying to go 3 for 4, or 4 for 4, excuse me. Math is hard for me sometimes.
It is.
Yeah. Fractions especially.
3rd down and 10. Play action again to Tito. CJ going deep once again into the back of the end zone, and that is caught. And a touchdown. Cole Kirkpatrick led him to the very back of the end zone as well, but not too far this time. Cole able to get a foot in bounds. 32-yard touchdown pass. CJ to Cole Kirkpatrick. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
What a beautiful pass. Right in stride. CJ had to take a little off it because he got the wind behind him, and Cole Kirkpatrick never broke stride. Caught it right before the end line. Got his foot down. His 2nd touchdown catch of the night. That's all he does is catch touchdowns.
You know,
not all he does, but mostly what he does.
But you know what he said on that play? Ain't nothing going to break my stride. And here's the extra point.
Ain't nothing going to hold him down. Oh, no.
Extra point is good. 7:28 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Argyle 42 and Terrell 7 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe Bartram with CNN Mortgage. We are a privately owned mortgage lender since 1997, offering financing options designed for your family needs. CNN Mortgage is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles. We have expanded and we invite you into our office right here in Argyle or our main office in Grapevine. CNN Mortgage is an active member of the community, so mention this ad and receive $550 towards the cost of your appraisal when we finance your next home. If you have dreams, we have solutions. CNN Mortgage is a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Texas. NMLS number is 148530. Joe Bartram's NMLS number is 1010778. Go Eagles.
A little bit of a short kickoff here, but Reed Palmer down to make the stop quickly there for the Eagles. And Terrell will have I'll get this out in a minute, a little better field position this time at their own 41-yard line. A little scuffle there after that play. You don't see your kicker scuffling too much, but Caden Dotson getting into it a little bit there with someone. Here's a pass out to Shabrun Booker about the 39-yard line where he gets the pass, and he'll end up gaining a couple of yards before he's run out of bounds by Caleb Burdock. A pickup of 2 to the 44-yard line. And how about a drive summary with Andy Ace?
2nd down and 6.
Thank you very much. And how about Bill Utter Ford? You want a truck that has round tires? Go to Bill Utter Ford. They'll fix you up. But you will like the way they treat you at Bill Utter Ford. Argyle, you like the way the Argyle offense treats you as well. They go 56 yards, 5 plays, a minute 8. And it was Cole Kirkpatrick with his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. C.J. Rogers now up to 213 yards passing and about 75% completion rate.
For the first time all night, Kanye Nix has a little bit of time to throw the football, and he completes the pass to Shabrun Booker. Gain of about 10 that time before Brock bunts. But it is a hold against Terrell. And that's why, there's maybe why he had the time.
The only time he's had time. That was interesting. The official dropped the flag well after the play. He already had made up his mind. He just said, well, okay, I'll just take my time and drop the flag.
I have a big shout out.
Do you? Well, who?
The great Kylie Lavelle is watching. She's recovering. She had hip surgery yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
And so she is recovering, and she and Booster Club president John Lavelle are watching together.
Is that where she is? I know that's where she's going to school and playing volleyball.
Natchitoches.
Oh, wishbone formation.
Here's a handoff on the left side. And breaking one tackle is Shabrun Booker, but can't get away from Carson Shaw. And gain of maybe a yard to the 35-yard line.
3rd down and 16.
One thing that really helps Argyle is that they're able to get a lot of players significant action against starters. And so Argyle is doing just that now with Riley Van Poppel up front, and Brock Bunts also now in at linebacker, Reed Atkins at middle linebacker. and quite a few other. Some starters still in there sprinkled in, but it's really valuable to get that playing time against the other team's starters.
Nix is rolling to his right, being chased by Van Poppel. The pass is incomplete off the hands of Henderson. And Vontae Henderson kicking himself on that one, as he might have got the first down. He also might have got lit up by Jacob Robinson over there after he made the catch, if he did hang on to it, and it'll be a 4th down, a punting situation for the Tigers.
Well, it is senior night next Friday night in Argyle, final home game of the season, Argyle and Kaufman, and that game could be for the district championship. Kaufman undefeated, playing Paris, trailing by 7 at halftime, as John Little told us. But senior night, so 32 seniors on this year's Argyle football team, and come on out and recognize them for what they've done, and it's been like no season ever before, and you needed those seniors to be the leaders they are.
This ball might have been tipped.
I think it was.
Is back there in the backfield, and the ball goes straight up in the air, and we're going to have to check. No, they're not stopping it. They're saying it hit an Argyle player after the ball.
You still can't return it.
You can't,
it hit an Argyle
take
player.
Off. I don't know that you can advance it. I'm not sure what's going on here as far as that rule, but it looked like Argyle blocked the punt. And Clark, you might could come in here and let us know if you saw anything. Did Argyle get that? So they just completely missed it.
Well, here's the deal. I believe here's the rule. I'll double check. But if it's blocked and does not cross the line of scrimmage, it's a live ball. And
but if it wasn't blocked,
well, I think they must have said it was. Otherwise, it just would have been
it hit their own
kick.
player.
So,
but Hunter Roberts Argyle doesn't really seem to be arguing a whole lot. So maybe Hunter Roberts was back there, and he looked like he was trying to dance out of the way of the ball, and maybe it did hit him.
Well, we saw that in the NFL, where if it crosses the line of scrimmage, then you got to get away from it. But if it doesn't, it's a live ball.
Well, Shabrun Booker was able to get it and take it all the way down to the 27-yard line, and the first play after that, Terrell has a 27-yard touchdown run. And some crazy things happening here all of a sudden, as Tenarios Baker has a 27-yard touchdown run following that, I guess, not a turnover. I don't know what you'd call it exactly,
well,
but
just
special teams miscue.
Maybe not well, Argyle just, they must have tipped it. That's the only thing. That is the rule. If the ball doesn't cross the line of scrimmage, it's still live if it's tipped or blocked. And Argyle just was nowhere to be found on that.
And the extra point by Cason Rodriguez is no good. Cason Martinez, 5:35 to play, third quarter. It's now Argyle 42 and Terrell 13 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Matt Poitz and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Matt Poitz at 940-591-6644 today.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic, cookie-cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Cash Walker will field the kickoff at about the 22-yard line. Going to try to get all the way to the other side of the field, and he is not going to make it. He'll be drugged down by Terry Davis. And there is going to be a flag down as well. Argyle right now has the ball at about the 27-yard line. Check the penalty. The flag is up at about the 40.
Well, the Tigers are pretty fired up. They were able to get not a turnover, but a continuation of a drive on a fourth down play. Argyle blocked the punt, but it never went anywhere.
Block in the back. Return team, number 16.
So Jacob Robinson is being called for a block in the back. So from the 22, they'll back Argyle up from there as well. And 5:24 to play here in the third quarter. Argyle leading 42-13. Why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football.
Hey, this is Parker Mashinsky with the Houston Astros organization, and you are listening to the Argyle Eagles Booster Club broadcast radio.
Thanks, Parker. Appreciate that. First down and 10. Braden Baker gets the call, and he's got a first down and a whole lot more. Down the left sideline, 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, and he's run out of bounds there. Braden Baker turning on the afterburners all the way to the Terrell 45-yard line and an Eagle first down.
Braden Baker is so patient, got a really nice block there on the left side. Looked like Austin Criswell out there in front, and also had some help from Noah Black, and took it. One of his longer runs of the season.
38-yard run, and Baker's got it again. He's dragging a tackler, dragging. There you go. Let's use some proper English there, because there's no Dragons playing. We're not in South Lake, so a pickup of 4 that time, as he was. Gerald Richmond was hanging on to him. Second down and 6. 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's Baker again. Straight up the middle. Breaks a tackle at the 35, inside the 30, all the way down to the 26-yard line. And that Terrell momentum and excitement, Braden Baker has killed that rather quickly. 15-yard gain here and a first down at the 16, the 26, sorry. It's Baker again. Another great block up front. This time it's Ethan Gonzalez with a good block and another first down all the way to the 12-yard line. A 14-yard run by Braden Baker. He's got to be tired. He's not coming out of the game, though, is he?
He's like, I'm getting in the end zone. Austin Rusk, a senior, a really nice block as well.
Braden again, like Andy mentioned, being really patient, trying to find something. Not a whole lot this time.
By number 24, Sims.
73 yards rushing so far on this drive for Braden. He picks up 2 here. But I think we've got a flag down, so let's see.
Second down and 7.
Yep.
Who could know?
Illegal substitution. 12 men on the field. Defense.
12 men on the field against Terrell.
Penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. First down.
You think the guy that was out there where somebody was in his spot would say, this doesn't seem right. Maybe I shouldn't be out here, because somebody was lined up where he normally lines up, right?
You would think so. You know, I'm not real sure how that happens either. So a 5-yard penalty puts him up to the 7-yard line. First down and 5, and it's Baker again, and nothing doing this time on that left side.
Up Tiger line.
I thought that PA announcer's got a great voice.
Doesn't he?
I mean, he's like the FM DJ of PA announcers, but that time Braden Baker was looking at 3 Tigers.
Second down and 8, and it's Braden again. He's got some room this time on the right side, again dragging a couple of tacklers all the way down to about the 2, very close to a first down. And Jalen Hobbs.
Can I put my PA voice on, since I do that occasionally? Braden Baker down to the 2, and that's good for an Argyle first down.
There you go. That was nice. That was nice. And you called him Braden. This PA announcer's called him Tito Bice every play of this drive. First and goal from the 2. Snap a little bit high, but Baker's got it, and he will be slung down right at the 2. No gain this time, maybe a half yard for Braden.
Well, Tommy Stewart, the safety, was keying on Braden. That was like Braden's 800th carry in a row on this drive. That might be an exaggeration. I think it's actually 7 still.
Walker goes in motion this time, and they're going to roll to his left as Rogers. He's going to look. He's going to look. He's going to dive for the pylon, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run for C.J. Rogers. Dives at the pylon. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Well, that won't make the coaches very happy, because they prefer that C.J. not run the ball, but it's hard to keep a guy like that who's as big as he is and as quick as he is, and he hits the pylon. C.J. with his 5th rushing touchdown. I didn't see a spin move. Maybe Clark did, but I think he spun in his mind down there after the touchdown. So spin move, C.J. Rogers.
Caden Dotson's extra point is good. 2:22 to play in the third quarter. Our new score is Argyle 49 and Terrell 13 on AEBC Booster Club Broadcasting with Clark McNulty and Andy Smith. I'm Kenny Arthur, Blake Jones producing, and the only way that you can hear us, see us, or whatever are some phenomenal sponsors.
There is no doubt.
Andy, who's bringing us the third quarter?
We have the best sponsors ever, as far as I'm concerned. And those sponsors provide their support and make this broadcast possible. That includes Joe and Tina Bartram from CNN Mortgage, Dave and Kathy Salisbury from the Real Estate Station, Cheney Materials, Brett Bowen, attorney at law, Alex Payne from Yellow Door Storage, Independent Bank, the great Connie Johnson from A-Town Apparel, the official apparel or spirit wear provider of the Argyle Eagles. Ian Sadler. That sounds familiar. Seems like Ian has scored a few touchdowns for the Eagles and won an MVP from BSBD Group. So Ian's a sponsor, as well as Texas Center for Oral Surgery and Tara Tarrant from Southland Realty Group. Thanks again for your generous support. That drive was had to be the longest drive of the night for Argyle. Took an eternity, but got it done compared to the other ones.
And kickoff will be taken at about the 3-yard line. Tommy Stewart will bring it out only to about the 18 before he is brought down.
Tackle on the play by number 8.
That is the third or fourth time that the Special Forces have stopped Terrell inside their 20, and that'll make Coach Blake Dunham, the special teams coach, very happy.
Hey, Clark, do me a favor. I don't have 8 on my Argyle roster. You want to go ask somebody who that is? Well, we want to give some credit because that was a great tackle.
It's not
Jaquan Felton.
I have Michael Zarn-Cone.
Oh, Jaquan Felton is he's been playing on the JV all season. So Jaquan Felton came up to the varsity and made the tackle. And that time, about a 2-yard gain here for the Tigers.
Steve Young, wasn't he number 8? It's not him.
It's Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, yeah.
Jaquan Felton is not yet. He may get to that level at some point in time. Right now, he's not Troy Aikman.
All right.
Or Steve Young.
And that was Tito's first touchdown pass since 6th grade.
2nd down and 8.
That's pretty well. He's tied for touchdown patches with CJ tonight.
Nix keeps the football this time.
And although Tito's got him by 1 on rushing touchdowns. Tito has two rushing touchdowns to CJ's only 1, but they're tied on passes. Who would have thought?
25.
Hey, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Would you call me Ace and let me give you a drive summary? I hate to call for my own nickname.
3rd down and 3.
Maybe after this
Andy
play.
Ace Smith.
Well, before this play, as Terrell's in no big hurry. But this drive summary brought to you by Brian McClarty at 407 Barbecue. 8 plays, 83 yards, 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Longest drive of the night by a long shot, and Argyle takes it in.
Tackle on the play by number 41, Gonzalez.
Braden Baker had 46 yards rushing on that drive. Felt like he had earned the chance to score, but C.J. Rogers said, nope, my turn, and he took it in for a touchdown.
Down and 10 from 28
Caden Dotson, perfect, 7 for 7 tonight on field on extra points.
And Terrell Tiger first down here at the 28-yard line. Clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter with Argyle leading 49-13. Might be the last play of this quarter. Nix, toss sweep. And that's Baker on the right side. Pickup of only a couple.
Tackle on the play by number 16.
And Jacob Robinson comes in to make the stop. 2nd down and 8 here for Terrell. And the way they've been huddling up, probably won't get another playoff here in this 3rd quarter. And Jacob Robinson has also had a good game tonight. Reed Palmer, I see, is checked in at one of the cornerback spots over here on the near side. And that will do it for our 3rd quarter. So 12 minutes left to play in this district. Tilt between Argyle and Terrell. Eagles leading 49-13 over Terrell. The final 12 minutes on the way next on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W and Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off the field. Go Eagles.
By number 32.
And as they like to do sometimes, the officials don't give us our time, so we didn't get our 60 seconds. So we've already had a play.
3rd down and 3.
So they're ready to go. Yeah, they're cold. They're ready to go home. So pickup of 7 here on the the first play of the fourth quarter for Terrell, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers. Argyle leading 49-13 as with Clark McNulty and Andy Smith. I'm Kenny Arthur, Blake Jones producing on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. 3rd down and 3, and it's going to be Baker. He's going to be hitting the backfield, and no gain. First one there was Ethan Gonzalez. Riley Van Poppel helps to wrap him up.
Also, Hunter Stewart, who's really the only starter still in the game, but boy, he filled the lane big time from safety, made a big hit. Forced a 4th down.
That's Hunter Roberts, by the way. Hunter Stewart graduated 2014.
Hunter Stewart is not here anymore.
That's right.
Hunter, who is Hunter Stewart? I don't remember that.
He played for us, and he was a heck of a defensive tackle for us back in.
Yes, he was actually Tommy Stewart's boy. I'm sorry, I just drew a blank there. Well, they aren't related, although they both are named Hunter. That was Hunter Roberts. Tell me a guy that's been a kicker converted to safety and as good as Hunter Roberts, who's blocked 2 punts this season.
Efren Herrera. Oh, wait, no. Tony Fritsch. No, not a safety. And this punt is going to get away from Zach Stewart and take a nice Terrell roll all the way inside the 10-yard line. Still rolling and finally down at about the 7. 67-yard punt for Shane Harris and no return, and that's where Argyle will have it. 1st and 10 at their own. We'll put about the 8. Argyle
backed up
leading
a little
49-13, backed up a little bit this time.
So if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast as well as our first-year video streaming, we invite you to go to argyleeagles.com, and you can click on live stream donations. The Booster Club has spent nearly $20,000 to bring you a quality video broadcast, and we are grateful for that. We'd also be grateful for your support. So go to argyleeagles.com, click on live stream donations, and you'll know what to do from there.
Knox Scoggins gets the carry this time as Ethan DePiro has checked in at quarterback. And nothing happening there for Knox. Matter of fact, he's going to lose a yard on the right side, make it 2nd down and 11. A few other new faces out there. We'll make sure to get those two out. They've been changing out offensive linemen all night, has Argyle. And DePiro's going to hand it to Knox once again. He's got some room this time, cuts it out to the right, now back to the left. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. Needed 11, and I think he got it all the way out to the 18-yard line.
By number 54, Hobbs.
And now some more changes. Baylor Bowen has checked in at one of the receiver spots, as well as Ashton Strittmatter.
Sutton Lee over here in the slot on the far side. Argyle spread out all 50 yards across the field.
And a handoff straight up the middle. Looks like that's going to be Peyton Shoemake who gets the call this time. And he's going to have a nice gain all the way out to the 38-yard line. 20-yard gain for Shoemake on his first carry of the night, an Eagle 1st down.
Peyton Shoemake averaging about 3.5 yards per carry because he usually gets in there just to kind of run out the clock. But, boy, he's taking advantage of it.
Another nice gain for Peyton. He's going to get all the way out across the midfield stripe into Terrell territory. It's hard to say, by the way, Terrell territory. 13-yard pickup as Ty Hudgens had checked in on that play, and it's a 1st down to the 49-yard line. Riley Page in the slot on the left side. Wayne Pritz on the right side for Argyle. And Grant Chaney in there at tight end. Knox Scoggins running behind him. And Dominic Reed, and that's another 1st down. This time Knox Scoggins gets the carry again, and it is a 10-yard gain and another 1st down.
Thank you, Grant Chaney, for that. I saw Clark over there jumping up and down. He loves him a good lineman block.
Scoggins with a huge hole up the middle this time, all the way down to the 22-yard line. 5 straight 1st downs on running plays, but we're going to have an injured Terrell Tiger back here following that 17-yard gain. Nice blocking up front that time. Dominic Reed again, and Noah Black also big blocking up front, but
yeah, Malachi Williams is the player that's down. He's right on the mouth of the Tiger at midfield, and he's a terrific player, one of their returning starters and leading tacklers. And I'm not sure what happened. It was well behind the play, and I think he just kind of landed wrong on something. And hopefully he's okay because he's a terrific player. He's a junior.
Well, unfortunately, we missed this, but the trainer took a little while to get out there because he's down here with Terry Davis for Terrell, who they're down at the end of the field there. He's got an ankle or something there, so they're having to help him get to the locker room.
Yeah. It's Terrell's program, second year under Coach Marvin Sedberry Jr. His father was a very prominent coach at Greenville and Denison, the Yellow Jackets. You know about them.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And second year
back
here,
in those days.
He's a turnaround specialist. He comes to places where he knows the kids need him, and he brings that boost. He did it at Naaman Forest in Garland. Before that, he did it at Fort Worth Polytech. The Parrots turned them around and got them back on track. Polytech Parrots. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Parrots.
Poly Parrots.
Guys, I'm on air with you. One of the
we love having you on air with us.
Rapid Med keys to the second half was getting a clear window for you guys, and I think we did pretty well.
We did. Yeah, we can see. This is greatness.
Andy's no longer drawing on the fogged up window.
I had a window for Kenny to look through. I was smiling face at him, and I was starting to write slogans.
Go Eagles.
Told him, you know, quitters never win and winners never quit, and look both ways for you across the street. Those kinds of things.
1st and 10 Eagles from the 22. Peyton Shoemaker will get the handoff again this time.
Shoemaker on the carry.
And
The play by number
to the 19,
53.
a 3-yard gain that time.
Shoemaker, according to the PA announcer.
Austin Rusk. Right. Austin Rusk leading the way that time.
Argyle's content to keep it on the ground. Yeah, we're not sure if that was Tito Bice, but that was the carrier most of the time earlier, but not now. Tito's on the sideline.
Shoemaker again.
On the carry.
Straight up the middle.
Play by the interior of the
little room again to the 17-yard line. Lead 3rd down and about 4.5. 7:22 to play in the ball game. Argyle leading 49-13.
Austin Criswell still in up front. He's I think the lone starter that's still in the game.
But they moved him out to tackle, so he's getting some experience out there instead of his usual spot of left guard.
Wes Tucker's normal spot. Not Wes, but Jack. Wes plays there too. Wes is out there right now, I bet.
Well, you see, these linemen can play all over. You know why? They're the smartest guys on the field, by the way. Here's a pass to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Ethan DePiro. It is complete to Sutton Lee.
Touchdown, Eagles.
The sophomore. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. 17-yard touchdown pass from DePiro to Sutton Lee.
Really nice throw. Got him on a little skinny post, and Sutton Lee, his first touchdown catch as a senior. And you're going, okay, well, why is Argyle throwing the ball? Well, as Coach Rogers said, we're going to run our offense, and there's no intent to humiliate anyone, but, you know, it's not his job to stop us. He gets his kids out there, and you can't tell them not make plays. And Sutton Lee went down low and got a touchdown catch from Ethan DePiro. I believe that's his first touchdown throw of the season.
And his extra point is good. Caden Dotson, 6:46 to play. Argyle 56, Terrell 13. Back with more Eagle football in just a moment. This broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our corporate advertising sponsors who have enabled Argyle ISD athletic programs to achieve many exceptional accomplishments, including state championships in multiple sports and 8 consecutive Lone Star Cups. These sponsorships remain the primary source of funding for the Booster Club, which directs the expenditures towards Argyle athletics and clubs at the high school and middle school level. Your corporate sponsorship provides the best opportunity for our student athletes to reach their full potential here at Argyle ISD, and in return, we offer numerous advertising packages which fit your budget to brand your business with high visibility in the stadiums or right here on these airwaves. Do you want to be a sponsor and support the athletics here at Argyle ISD? Contact Brian and Shelley Stone at aebc.sponsorship@gmail.com to begin your support. Go Eagles!
Hello, Eagle fans. This is John Lavelle, president of the Argyle Eagle Booster Club, reminding you to subscribe and listen to the Eagles Nest podcast. The podcast comes out every Thursday, and you'll hear from your coaches, your players, updates on all the sports, and updates from Argyle ISD as well. Subscribe, listen, and go Eagles.
Kick is fair caught, so Terrell will have it at their own 25-yard line. Andy Ace. Smith, you got a drive summary?
I do have a drive summary. Argyle ran a bunch of plays that time. Knox Scoggins picked up some great yardage. Peyton Shoemaker came in, and the Eagles go about 60 yards in 2.5 minutes. Ethan DePiro's touchdown throw to Sutton Lee. First for both of them. Extra point is also good, 56-13. And want to thank Yellow Door Storage for bringing you that drive summary.
Drew Adams and Ethan Mann combined to make the stop on that first play. 2nd down and 7 here for Terrell. Also in defensively now for Argyle. Still got Riley Van Poppel out there, but also Tate Thompson.
Kenny, I heard Clark's got a pretty cool note about where we are tonight. Terrell Memorial
Jacob
Stadium.
Rodriguez as well. Well, then we'll check in after
I
this
think
play.
we should check in with the Chippewa lineman.
But first, we're going to watch Riley Van Poppel wrap up Kanye Nix in the backfield. But that play's not over as Nix never went to the ground. Now there's a flag.
Crack back.
And finally, Tate Thompson will drag him down all the way back at the 23-yard line. We'll check that flag. And while we're waiting to check that flag, we will check in with the Chippewa lineman. I know Clark said something about some shout-outs and some interesting stadium facts. And so we're just going to throw it down to Clark for the rest of the game.
Well, the historic Terrell Memorial Stadium was built in 1948. And it was actually, the home stands were built with steel that was originally commissioned in post-World War II for a battleship.
Really?
That yes, it was. The field was built to honor the men and women who did not return from World War I and II. One of the most notable Americans to play on this field and call it their home field is Eric Bishop, who was the first Terrell Tiger to pass for over 1,000 yards.
He was big in tennis, wasn't it? Tennis? Eric Bishop?
Actually, you know him as the 2004 Oscar-winning actor Jamie Foxx.
Oh, different guy.
Different guy. Nix on the carry this time on 2nd down and 12, and he's going to have a first down. He finally gets run down from behind that time by Landon Newman.
Way to go, Newman. Good hustle from the middle linebacker, the senior. Had to chase down Kanye all the way across the field.
Is it Danny Newman?
And it is Jaquan Felton is now out here at one of the cornerback spots here on the near side, on the left side. Jarvis Owen in at one of the safeties.
Drew Adams in there as well. Drew Adams, a converted receiver from last year. But I talked about the senior night coming up next Friday. You do want to be there for that. It'll be a 7 o'clock ceremony where the 32 seniors on this year's football team will be honored and recognized, along with the cheerleaders, the band, drill team, and others. So show up and support those seniors who have had to sacrifice like none other this year.
Hey, and Clark, if you could check one more for me, just I want to make sure. And I got a feeling that is Jamal Felton wearing number, let's see, what number is that? Number 37.
37, yes.
Is that Jamal Felton?
Yes.
Okay, now we got it all figured out. We know who's who. So now, who is bringing us our fourth quarter? Andy Ace.
Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Ty and Jennifer Homeyer from the Design House, Jeff Bassinger at Argyle Storage, the Cycle Center of Denton, Matt Artho with Country Lakes Family Dental. Thank you to Jerry Whittle Boats. This next guy, a special thank you to Kenny Arthur and the Chick-fil-A on Justin Road, Dr. Rex Road, from Argyle Family Chiropractic, Trophy Club Orthodontics, and our sponsor for tonight's postgame show is Jolette Ryan Shavy and the RE/MAX North Texas team. AEBC thanks all these cool sponsors for their very generous support.
And thank you just for being cool. Yeah. First down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. And here's a nice run on the outside. All the way out to the 50-yard line is Jonathan Maxey.
I have a question for Clark.
Yes, sir.
If a guy in the white jersey has his jersey like pulled up over his helmet by somebody in red, is that allowed?
Is it on hockey ice or is it on a football field?
On a football field, yeah.
No, I think that would be a penalty.
I think even on hockey ice, you get like, you know,
it's only 2 minutes.
2 minutes in the box, you know. Here's a toss sweep on the left side. Shabrun Booker will be brought down after only a couple of yards, and Ethan Mann make the stop.
He's the man.
He is the man with two ends.
He the man.
You can see over half of their shoulder pads, chest plate.
4:15 left to play as the clock is running here in the fourth quarter at Terrell Memorial Stadium with Argyle leading 56-13. Kanye Nix, toss sweep, right side. Nice block out front. And that's going to be Baker on the carry. And Mann, again, makes the stop, but a nice gain all the way to the 35-yard line. And a Terrell Tiger first down.
Terrell's going to wind up with a lot of yards rushing tonight. That's their specialty out of this wing tee. But they got something to build on here, playing the #1 team in the state. with an offense that has 7 sophomores and a freshman. It's a great learning experience for the Terrell Tigers.
Handoff, straight ahead.
Maxey on the carry.
Is Jonathan Maxey. Aaron Funderburk making the stop after a pickup of about 4. Second down, 6.
Second down and 6.
This will be assuming that the Eagles can hold on to this 43-point lead with 3:10 to go. Argyle will go to 4-0 in district play, and Kaufman 3-0 heading into tonight's game against Paris, who was 2-2 in district play. But if Kaufman, even if they lose that game tonight, next week's game will be for a district title.
Nix keeps the ball this time, and he will have a first down. Jarvis Owens runs him out of bounds, but not until he gets up to the 20-yard line. First down
I
for
think
Terrell.
we'll probably hear from John Little in our Remax North Texas team postgame show, get us out-of-town score update, and the one we're watching is that Paris-Kaufman game. Paris lost their 2 games to forfeit. Kaufman, though, on a 3-game winning streak, and we'll have a showdown for a district title next Friday night on senior night back in Argyle, 7:30 kickoff.
Here's a toss sweep again on the right side, and it is going to be Baker again. Nice spin move inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line, a 7-yard pickup. And I don't want to spoil John Little's, but
tell us how
post game. But right now with 6:46 to play in the game, score I have is Paris 35 and Kaufman 14.
Okay, well, so Kaufman looks like they're heading towards 3-1. Melissa's 3-1. Of course, Argyle took care of business with Melissa. I suppose if Argyle were to lose the next 2, they could probably drop the district, but that's not likely.
Second down and 3 here, and Nix is going to keep it this time, being chased by Newman. He's going to get inside the 5, fumbles the football. Did it go out of bounds, or did somebody get on it?
It stayed in bounds, but the Tigers are signaling they have it. But what a hit there on the edge. Who was that?
It was either Drew Adams or Jaqual Felton, one of those 2.
Yeah, one of those 2. It was a big hit there, and the first fumble of the night for Tigers. They recovered it, but still, first fumble.
Terrell wanting to get in the end zone here before the end of this game. Minute 15 to play, and it's going to be a handoff on the left side. That's Maxey again, fighting his way toward the end zone. He's going to get to about the 3-yard line.
Play by number 33, Mann.
Ethan Mann in there to make the stop again. Newman down there on the bottom of the pile as well. Also, Jacob Rodriguez. Aiden Pruner's checked in as well. Under a minute to play here in the ball game, and Terrell knocking on the door. Second down and goal, ball outside the 2, and Nix is going to keep it on the quarterback sneak. And he is in the end zone for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run here for Kanye Nix as we have 41 seconds left to play, and 3rd touchdown of the game for the Terrell Tigers.
Well, I think that the Terrell Tigers are a team to watch. Kanye Nix, a sophomore, his first year at the quarterback, and again, 7 other sophomores on offense. But Kanye Nix is getting some great experience, and it's his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And a couple years, that's going to be someone to watch for sure.
And the extra point does not
really nice
work.
Play.
Pass was incomplete.
I think it was broken up by Argyle over there. That was
that's Felton. Jamal Felton is the one that broke that one up.
Way to go, Jamal.
And so our score with 40.9 seconds left is Argyle 56 and Terrell 19.
So really nice drive from Terrell, something they can build on. Took care of the ball, moved it downfield, had several 3rd down conversions. But give him credit for making plays there. And that quarterback, Kanye Nix, will be one to watch. You know, coming up here after 41 seconds expire is the CNN Mortgage postgame show. You'll catch up on the Waxahachie Autoplex players of the game. We'll hear from Coach Rogers, get a recap, maybe get that out-of-town scoreboard, and get you ready for next week's senior night at Argyle Kaufman. I suppose we ought to decide on players of the game. That seems like if we're going to have them, we should decide who they are. I'm going to nominate Elvis Daisley on defense. Any objection?
I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. That's not
Davis Elsey.
Oh yeah, that guy.
3 sacks, 2 other tackles for loss, and a menace all night long.
And about 17 other.
Offensively, I mean, wow. Take your pick, really, right? Jasper Lott's had a great game.
He has. Braden Baker had a great game. And a fair catch is made here by Hayden Stewart. And
Tito Bice. He's had a nice game tonight. Has C.J. Rogers been our player of the game yet?
You know, I'm trying to think if he is or not.
Clark, have we done C.J.? Do you know?
Clark says yes.
Clark, McNulty.
Hello?
Have we had C.J. Rogers as a CNN Mortgage player of the game?
Yes.
Well, good on him. Let's spread some love.
Cole?
Could be Cole Kirkpatrick. Had a couple of really nice touchdown catches. That'd be a good choice. Might be an offensive lineman. Argyle just dominated up front.
Could be Jasper. He only had 1 catch, but it was.
I think maybe Jasper Lott had one of his better nights. He had his longest catches of the year and had a couple of touchdown catches and blocked like a crazy person. So all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Coach of the night, Coach Rogers, all in favor? Aye.
Head coach of the night, yes.
Yeah.
Aye. I don't know. Might give it to Peyton Shoemake if he keeps running. He gets about 12 on that play.
We haven't
runs
done
north-south.
How many yards did Tito have?
A bunch.
I hope is Clark up. Are we hearing him? Tito had
possibly no
69 yards tonight.
Very nice.
Okay.
Braden had 88. Knox 47. Peyton has 30. Oh, there's Dax Rainey getting the call this time. And he's going to get about 7, and that's going to do it for the ball game as the clock ticks down. And we are done. Another victory. Argyle moves to 8-0 on the season.
8-0. That'll extend the regular season winning streak now to 54. Straight regular
Rogers
season wins.
On his way to 300. He's at 202.
202. He's just nearly there, right?
Yeah.
That'll be another consecutive district win, and you'd have to go a long ways. I got to add it up. They've already turned the scoreboard off.
Well, they did.
They're ready to go home?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But Argyle has won every district game they've played since 2008.
56-19, our final score here tonight at Terrell Memorial Stadium as Argyle quickly runs to the locker room here, the new way of doing things here during the pandemic era.
Really, but it's the right thing to do. They wave, and then they say good game, and now we got Coach Rogers to say good game, too.
We do, absolutely.
To the game for the 54th consecutive game. We're standing here with Coach Todd Rogers. Coach, can you hear okay? I can't hear y'all.
Can't hear us at all?
Yeah, we're going to have to turn your volume up a little bit as Clark is down there with Coach Rogers. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing him. And
yeah, I can hear you now.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. Well, Coach Rogers, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm awesome. The game's over with, and the Eagles win. They already turned off the scoreboard.
Yeah, they did. They were ready to go home a while back. Did you get coffee tonight?
I did. I had coffee in pregame, and I had coffee at halftime.
So do you put
That's
cream?
called doubling up in my world.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. Tell us your impressions of tonight's game, coming in, and just what you saw that you liked from your Eagles tonight.
Well, I thought that our offense was clicking on all cylinders, and I think we had to do some things defensively after the first couple of series to make some adjustments. I thought the kids did a good job. We made some additional tweaks and adjustments at halftime and pretty much shut them down. And then we've got some of our reserve players got to get in and get some quality experience, and I thought they played like gangbusters.
They did. Final question for you, Coach Rogers, because it's cold and you probably want to head out. You talked about those adjustments on defense. One thing notable was the pressure you started getting on the quarterback from the second quarter all the way through the end of the game. Speak a bit about Davis Elsey and the other guys up front, what they did to make life miserable for their quarterback.
Daniel Lundy's our coordinator, and I thought he did a good job of just tracking play frequency on down and distance and with formations, and I thought he got some unique pressures there from our outside linebackers in some right situations and kind of took away their bootleg scheme, and it was very beneficial. And if they don't have very much time, they can't throw it very far down the field.
That's for sure. All right, well, next week looks like it's for the district title. Kaufman maybe coming into that game 3-1. You're 4-0, and the winner will probably clinch the district title. So that'll be fun on senior night. We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad we're going to be at home for all of our kids, and what a special opportunity to recognize them during senior night and our last home game of the year, and kind of put us into that playoff mode.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Coach Todd Rogers of the Argyle Eagles, and let's look at a little of our post-game stats here. I don't know if we'll get our players of the game back out here or not. Davis Elsey and Jasper Lott, but C.J. Rogers goes 10 out of 15 tonight. Couple of touchdowns, 233 yards through the air. Of course, Tito Bice and his phenomenal pass, 1 for 1 for 24 yards and 1 touchdown pass, and that one was to Jasper Lott. So speaking of receiving, Jasper Lott had 2 catches tonight, 56 yards, and that touchdown. Cole Kirkpatrick had 4 catches, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cash Walker, a couple of catches for 51 yards. Hayden Stewart, 1 for 40. And Ward McCollum, 1 catch for 6 yards. On the ground, Braden Baker led the way, 8 carries for 80 yards. Knox Scoggins, let's see here, Braden Baker, 9 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Tito had 8 for 69 and a touchdown. Knox Scoggins, 6 for 47 and a touchdown. And Peyton Shoemake averaged 9.5 yards a carry tonight, had 4 carries for 38 yards. On the other side, Kanye Nix was 5 out of 11 for 43 yards and a touchdown. And almost everybody carried the football at some point in time tonight for Terrell. But Tanarios Baker had 11 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown. Kanye Nix had a touchdown, 29 yards rushing for the quarterback, Kanye Nix. And Vontre Henderson led the way catching the football tonight, 3 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown for the Terrell Tigers. And our defensive player of the game, Davis Elsey, or as I called him earlier, Elvis Davis or whatever I called him. But anyway, we got it all figured out. Finally, I'm old. And Clark's standing by with Davis Elsey.
Davis, it seemed like every time I looked up, you were hitting their quarterback tonight. Was that you moving from the inside to the outside? Has that made a big difference in how you can do what I think is the most fun thing in the world to do and just destroy a quarterback?
Yes, sir. With our new scheme going on and being able to fill C gaps and just get back there on the quarterback and have a chance to have a little more room to run makes it really, really fun. But I got to give it to those D linemen. They make what we do possible. Those outside linebackers need everything we can get from the D linemen.
What was it? Did he end up with 3 officially?
We gave him 3 officially, but he had 3 other tackles for loss, and I'm going to say 74 other tackles. Yeah.
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus a couple, yeah. Uh-oh. Clark, where are you? Sports.
Are you there?
Yeah, we got you. There you are. We hear you tapping. We got you.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
I couldn't hear me in my own ears.
There you
so.
go. You're good.
Now, Davis, the 3-3-5 defense coming from where you were in the middle, how big of an adjustment has that had to be for you as a downhill linebacker?
Well, my freshman year, I played a lot of free safety, so it wasn't too much moving up to a position where I could have a little bit of running room. It was a nice adjustment. We have we're really, really deep on linebackers this year. We have about 9 deep on linebackers, so we've had our deepest team, I think, ever, actually. But just having a bunch of guys who can really run for the ball, really fast guys that are quick on their feet has been great for our defense so far.
Well, it sure has. It sure looks like you guys are able to set that edge just a little bit better. Looking forward into the playoffs is that has kind of bit you a little bit in the past couple of years in the playoffs. But so hopefully that adjustment makes us go a little bit deeper.
Yes, sir. I hope so too. I want it all this year. We all want it all this year. These guys are really, really excited, and I think this is a team. This is a great team that we got with us right now.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, Davis. Elsey.
Be a lot.
What does he get for being our defensive player of the game? You get points and admiration?
Yeah, he gets absolutely nothing.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
There you go.
Slightly taller than me. I'm going to have him put the on so that he can hear you. I'm getting the mic might be cutting out a little bit, and I apologize. So I'm here with big number 87, Jasper Lott. I know you had your longest reception of the year, although that was not. Did he score on that one?
No, that wasn't the one he scored on.
And then a touchdown. So,
yeah.
How you liking playing the tight end? They don't come to you often, but when they do, it's usually big.
I love it. I like to block. Get to do a little bit of both, best of both worlds. So I love the position. I started playing it my freshman year, and it's fun to be able to go up and catch balls over people or finish them on the ground and stuff.
And Kenny pointed out on one of the run plays that you had a pancake block 20 yards downfield. That's usually not a statistic you see against free safety.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like doing that.
Hey, Clark, I have a question for Jasper.
Yes, sir.
So, Jasper, you caught a touchdown pass from Tito Bice. How does it feel to be the recipient of his first and only touchdown throw?
That was a great moment. I love Tito. He's my guy. So yeah, we were definitely excited about it.
Did it feel different than what you see from CJ? Because he threw it left-handed. It spins in an opposite direction, I guess, or something.
Oh yeah, I saw the ball up there, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go catch that. I wasn't thinking about any of that. So no, it was good.
Now I notice your hat. Can you explain of the hat?
We can't see it. We don't know what does it say.
It's a TCU hat.
Oh, okay.
I just committed it a little while back.
Did he say Baylor? He meant Baylor,
yeah,
right?
Well, yeah. Some people just we don't know what to do with it. They just like some people like purple, right? They grew up watching Barney or something.
Hey,
we don't know. But
it's a great color.
Yeah. Well, congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Even a couple of Baylor Bears up here, we're congratulating you for committing to the Horned Frogs, and they're going to have a really good one over there in Fort Worth.
Well, we're 8-0, but that's only halfway to the goal. So nice job. You got to get 8 before you get 16.
Yes, sir.
Let's finish.
Hey, and I'm going to give you one other shout out. Thanks so much for driving carefully. As I was coming back from the Snooty Pig after breakfast this morning, you were pulling out of your driveway, and you looked and you stopped, or you would have backed right into me. So.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So good driving. You're a good driver as well. Hey,
he gets
we appreciate that.
Conscientious. He's unselfish.
Yeah,
Matt Port, State Farm agent.
Right. Matt
good
Port's
driver of the game.
Good driver of the game. Absolutely.